Sunday! Hey y'all, we are here in Yuma, Arizona.
Sunday, November 10th.
November 10th.
Really, we're gonna do this again? Are you my hype man?
I'm your hype man. I'm always your hype man, baby.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
I'm always your hype man. Raise the roof, y'all.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oops.
I
Can't
gotta
say
start
that.
over.
Now I gotta beat that. We're just having too much fun, so I'm gonna learn how to edit and beep the words I just said, because my mom probably is gonna watch this.
She for sure. She's probably our #1 fan.
She probably is. You know what? She is a #1 fan.
She is.
Followed. You know, we have a tie for #1 fans. My mom, Melissa's dad, #1 fans. There's a tie right there. So we won't go into who's #2, because then it's a fight between my children and her children and
Really? How about
you
Heather?
guys and Heather. Yeah. Wow. So we won't go into all that. Anyway, Sunday, November 10th, Yuma, Arizona.
Tomorrow is Veterans Day.
Veterans Day.
We want to do a shout out to all of our veterans.
Yeah, we got some really cool videos. Some folks on the overpasses, just east of San Antonio, with their American flags out, and we're gonna dump that video in here for you. Yeah, I'll probably edit this whole thing out and just put the video in so y'all can see it. Anyway, I wanted to give you a recap of what we did last week. It's been busy, so not a whole lot of pictures. There was no play. It was all work. It's been fun though. I'm waiting.
We had a little play today. Today is Sunday.
It's true. We did have some play
We had
today.
a little play. We went a little out of our way, but not much. And we'll lead up to that with our week. But today, a few hours of play.
Yep.
So I'll let you continue on with how our week looked. We ended with a Sunday in Murfreesboro last week.
Murfreesboro, Tennessee.
That was our last video, and that's where we ended. So pick back up.
So Monday morning, we actually put into the Speedco there at Murfreesboro or Christiana, Tennessee. We needed to have our fuel filters replaced. So as we're getting our fuel filters replaced, we got a load offer going from Tennessee to Laredo, Texas. We got that taken care of as we were fueling, doing a little tire pass, getting our tires checked out. That load got canceled. Bummer. It happens. It's trucking. So we went and did some laundry, and then got a load offer going from Lebanon, Tennessee to Mineral Wells, West Virginia, which we went ahead and accepted. It was a nice little load. Delivered that load on Tuesday morning. Got a load offer out of, actually got a double offer. There was a mini, which is guaranteed $275, Ohio to Ohio, which set us up for another load out of Ohio. We had 30 miles of deadhead on that load to Hollywood, Florida. So picked up in in Ohio. Where were we? In Minerva, Ohio? I know it's right there.
Oxford,
Ohio.
Oxford, Ohio. We have our notes.
Yeah, we have notes here now. Going to Hollywood, Florida. So it was a twofer basically. It was the mini from Minerva, Ohio
To Sharonville,
Ohio.
Again, auto
parts. And then we picked up in Oxford, Ohio, going down to Hollywood. So it was a twofer. So that was a really nice combined load for us there. We delivered in Florida on Thursday afternoon. On the way to Florida, we got a phone call offering us an empty move out of Florida to Charlottesville, South Carolina.
Yep.
Which, was great because Panther needed us more in Charlottesville on the South Carolina board than they needed us down in Miami. So that was great. A half hour later, we got a phone call with a load offer out of Orlando, Florida, coming out to Yuma, Arizona. So the empty move was great to have. Didn't need it. The load out of Orlando coming to Yuma, Arizona actually worked out really well for us. So
picked up Friday morning?
Friday morning or Thursday morning?
It was Friday morning.
Friday morning, right.
Yep.
So we delivered in Hollywood, Florida on Thursday afternoon. We picked up, we moved up from Hollywood, Florida to Orlando on Thursday after our delivery.
Stayed the night in Orlando.
Picked up and on Friday morning and made our way here to Yuma, Arizona, where we deliver it tomorrow morning. So things worked out really well for us. So we haven't had we haven't any playtime really, except for this morning. It's been a busy week. We're actually trying to figure out our clock for the next few days, the next week, to make sure we have enough time to actually be available in Los Angeles this week. So
yeah, because we ultimately, being on the Los Angeles board, we want to get back east, so that requires hours, and right now we're a little low on hours. So.
We are a little low on hours, yeah.
So we've talked about maybe what play looks like to get a 34-hour reset in, and
so Melissa's got about 20 hours left on her 70. I've got 27 hours left on my 70. So we're looking at Monday morning with not very many hours and trying to figure out how we can make that work so we're not losing our good freight times Monday through Friday to be able to run and make money versus taking a 34 on the weekend. So that's where we're at the moment.
So can we briefly tell about what we did today?
Yeah, let's tell what we did.
So my dad and my stepmom are retired, and they travel the United States, and they were in Quartzsite, Arizona.
Well, they don't just travel, they're full-time RVers.
They are full-time RVers,
yeah.
Yes.
Beautiful. Their coach is beautiful.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Anyways, so we're talking about, do they want to drive down in their Jeep and see us in Yuma, or do we want to do something different? I have never seen their motorhome before, their coach, and so we made the call last night coming out of Phoenix that we were going to come I-10 instead of drop down out of Tucson. I guess it was before Tucson.
It was before
Phoenix that we made the decision that we'd go on up to Quartzsite. So we ended up there early this morning, had showers, got up, and then we went and had some amazing lunch at Silly Al's Pizza.
Italian restaurant, amazing.
In Quartzsite. Recommend it.
I had the chicken parm sandwich.
Yes.
You had the meatball sandwich.
It was their special.
Oh my goodness.
Their
Both
marinara.
were amazing.
Spot
their marinara
on.
is awesome.
Yeah.
Really good.
So anyway, it was great to visit with them. So we did that, and then we jetted on down here to Yuma, where we pulled into Love's just before all the spots were taken. So.
We did. There's a dance party going on here at Love's, though. Oh my goodness, an amazing dance party. I've never seen lights on a truck like what you should be seeing right now. Amazing, just a great dance party. So here's a little bit of our dance party right here for you. Now we want to get into some questions we've had from other YouTube video not subscribers.
They're subscribers.
They're subscribers,
yeah.
But commenters on our YouTube video. Our mentors, Dire Expediters, gave us some questions / prompts of things we should talk about.
On last week's video, they asked us some questions, so here we go. Let me ask the question, and then maybe you can respond. How's that?
Ask the question as you are Michelle Dyer.
Michelle Dyer. I'll be playing the part of Michelle Dyer today.
And I'll be playing the part of Vincent Louque.
So the questions that were asked by Dire Expediter were, how do you manage your sleep routines between driving lots of miles and then stopping for play? Is caffeine part of that process?
Yes.
LOL.
Caffeine's part of that process. It's part of just the process of every day. We do a lot of, we manage our playtime just like we manage our work time. So what I mean by that is, if we're going to be somewhere for a weekend and we presume that we're not going to get a load the entire weekend, we might play hard on Saturday, and Sunday not quite so hard, so we can make sure we get our rest. A good example of that is Santa Barbara, where we were last week. You know, we really went out
2 weekends ago.
2 weekends.
Sorry.
Was it 2 weekends ago?
Yeah, already.
Right,
I know they happen so quickly.
Where Friday night we went out and had dinner, walked around a little bit, had a great time. Saturday we went all day where we did our trolley tour. We stopped by a couple of little restaurants and had a little bit of a snack and maybe an adult beverage or two. And then Sunday we actually relocated on Sunday from Santa Barbara to Castig.
But we didn't have to check out of the RV park until like 11.
Right, with the expectation that we were going to get a load for Monday morning, which we did. Another example of that is we were in Nashville 3 weeks ago, where we went pretty hard on Saturday. Playing hard. We actually had a load offer. It was a rescue load offer on Saturday night, Sunday morning at about midnight. We knew we hadn't had enough rest to take that load, and we declined the load, which is something we can do here at Panther. Just because we knew we hadn't had the rest, and the last thing we want to do is drive when we are not rested or tired. We just don't want to do that, so we declined the load. Sunday we did some laundry, I think. We went for a walk, took our little girl Annie for a walk on Sunday. Sunday night, midnight 30, we got another load offer that picked up an hour later there in Nashville that we were prepared to take. We took it, we ran it, no problem. So that's how we kind of manage our sleep routine by managing our playing. We also run 3 to 3. Melissa drives 3 p.m. to 3 a.m. I drive 3 a.m. to 3 p.m. If we are shut
with
down,
wiggle room.
With wiggle room,
it's like a 3 to 5.
3 to 5 is our window.
Yeah.
So what we try and do is make sure that we are available for our shift. If we don't get a load before 6 p.m. local time, generally, we can usually expect we're not going to get a load before 6 a.m. the next morning. It does happen, again, like the example that I just shared, it does happen where we do get loads middle of the night. So that makes, I'm prepared to run 6 a.m. the next morning, if not 3 a.m. the next morning, and that gives Melissa time to get herself a nap in if she needs to.
I think recovery time is less. It seems less. We've talked about that. We didn't do 3 to 3. When we first came out here, it was 9 to 9, 9 p.m. to 9 a.m. roughly, and then 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. And it just, recovery time seems less.
It gives you a little bit of a shorter shift to have to run if you get a morning load versus an evening load. It makes a little sense there. So
and our number one rule. You want to share what that rule is?
Our number one rule is if you're tired, shut down.
There's no driving.
There's no driving.
Even if the load's going to be late?
If the load's going to be late, our pickup's going to be late, if you are tired, shut down.
Yep.
Period.
Rule number one.
No questions asked. There's no
I don't even know if there's
back
any
and
other
forth
rules
between us. That's it. If you're tired, shut down. Again, that's not how we want to run, but if the load is late and we have a service failure, I will take that every day over an accident. It's just not worth it.
Right.
Have we had that happen yet? No service failures. We manage our clock. We make sure we plan our trip. We know if we have extra time on a load, and we're able to sometimes stop and take a nap for an hour. Sometimes we don't have that time on a load. Sometimes it's a deliver direct, and we make sure that has to happen. So we actually manage our clock so we can make sure we get there on time. So that's kind of how we work that. What's your next question?
So, from the Dire Expediters, they asked, tell us about Panther. What are a few of your favorite things about Panther?
Well, some of our favorite things,
Wait.
We only have it to compare to my experience driving tractor trailer. I pulled a reefer for a little bit. I pulled a flatbed for a while. That experience was I was always dispatched on a load. If not before I delivered, it was just after delivery I had my next load. I wasn't sitting around waiting for the next load. So that's all we have to compare it to, is actually pulling a tractor trailer with me as a company driver. So as a independent contractor here with Panther, the difference is our favorite things are...
You want me to go first?
Yes, go first, please.
We are able to be fully self-contained for a few days, and be able to find that time to play in between loads.
So I had that time between loads occasionally where I might deliver on a Saturday morning and I knew I wasn't picking up again until Monday morning. So I had that Saturday evening, but on the truck by myself, which I wasn't doing a whole lot of that, getting out and doing anything on Saturday evening.
Even when I would go with, well,
when Melissa would come with me, if I knew, that was a little different.
But we weren't fully self-contained.
We weren't fully self-contained.
We couldn't go off
I did
grid.
have a mini fridge with a little bit of food, but I wasn't prepared for living in the truck like we are now. So when she would come on the truck with me, it was usually because I was able to leave on a Saturday morning and get her back on Sunday evening, so she can go to work on Monday. She had a Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 regular gig. So there were times we could unplanned, kind of go out and play and do our thing. But the way things are now, we actually can plan to do things on a Tuesday evening if we need to, because we know that we're going to be shut down until Wednesday morning, Wednesday afternoon. So we were able to do that. The number two thing on our list here is that the diversity in freight, where we pick up and deliver, is always somewhere new.
I love that part.
And it truly has been.
I love that part. It is so exciting.
The only thing we've had so far that's been the same is we might pick up or deliver in the same city, but the customer's always different. Our freight is always different. The experience with our customers on either side, the shipper or the consignee, is always different. And so far to date, everyone's been just as nice and kind and positive as we've had. So it's been a lot of fun dealing with different shippers and consignees and how they want to work things. It's interesting to show up and not know what to expect, which in my opinion makes us just that much more aware, in the sense that we're dealing with different people all the time, different personalities, different attitudes, and it makes us more positive and happy and friendly to just disperse. That's probably the wrong word, but
can I interject here for
please.
a moment? Can you put us on pause? We need to call our mentees because we're mentors and they were calling, and we're going to pause you for a moment.